Little Mace in your face und heute niemand geringeres als the PMD of the legendary EPMD. 10 minutes straight talk. Hi P, nice to have you here.
No doubt, nice to be here. What up there?
So PMD. EPMD is known all over the world for over 25 years and you're still in the game. So what do you think changed a little since you still be in the game? If you're looking back, like say when you started with that.
Wow. Well, I think the game now has got more independent. Kind of like when we started, you know. We started with Sleeping Bag Records. You had Profile Records. You had Tommy Boy Records. Everything was independent. But then when hip-hop started to pick up, it became very lucrative monetarily. So people lost their mind, started chasing the money. The industry, the game collapsed alongside of the world, and the money collapsing. So if you didn't have the skills to get busy on the independent scene, you collapsed. So that's why me, E, Scratch, we've been on ours, been hustling, making it happen. So when the industry collapsed, we was kind of okay, because I know the distribution business, the independent business from all my solo projects, Shady Business, The Awakening. So when it came time for us to get back with EPMD, it wouldn't be no problem to put EP records together, get distribution with Fontana, put ourselves on the road and get back in front of the fans. And that's God's whole point. We didn't need the hype in the first place, but we didn't know. So now we up. That's why I'm here, getting busy with the Snow Goons, getting busy with Sean Strange, making it happen on a guerrilla level. And then next month I come back with DJ Scratch, Eric Sermon, and myself, and then we get busy giving the fans exactly what they want and exactly what they want to see. This is our job. We're just happy to be focused on the same page, because you know, in life you go through something when you sacrifice for the music. All those albums, Strictly Business, Unfinished Business, Business as Usual, Business Never Personal, the most sampled, you know, dudes in rap history, you know, so we had so many people following us. I guess we had to go home, reload, come back, and put ourselves here, build our own vehicle. And that's what we, you know, tell the other cats out there. Now that we out here touring, you know, it ain't only just doing shows and picking up money. You got your merchandise, you got a new fan base, you got cats from the golden era like yourself, but then you got the new era where out there's like 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20, 21, 22. So, you know, hip-hop's a big movement, and I'm just happy to be part of it.
They need to be known.
Yeah, and they want to know. They want to be educated.
So let's talk about music for a minute. I mean, a joint came out a couple of years after you started with, so what you're saying, it was the joint.
Right.
Who came up with this? Because it's so huge.
Yeah,
that's
well, if I'm correctly, I think Rockwater came up with the track, along with working with Eric, and then the hook, E-Dub came up with that. That's when we got back together in '97 with Back in Business with this, and then we came up with this, the joint.
Because it wasn't the idea of making a big hit like this. Right. So if you look into the future to make another hit, you just make music, or you have ideas of what maybe could be a
we
big
make music. I think the biggest thing with Eric and I now, we're in the studio now working on a new album. We're trying to see what's up with the album title, what we're going to name it. We're not sure on that. But we're kind of back to the way we were when we did our first 4 albums. Because when it's just us in Long Island, Eric raps for me, I rap for him. Then when you get in the industry and everybody's following you, and the hit squad and the death squad, and everybody want to do this and that, it kind of gets in the way of the creativity and the originality. Now me and E, you know, Scratch is in a comfortable space, and now we can get back to It's My Thing, You're a Customer, but only 2011, because the new album, we got a song on our first single called Don't Get Clapped.
Featuring?
Us, EPMD.
Hey,
no feature.
Don't need a feature.
You know, there was no feature on Strictly Business. You know what I mean? Then Unfinished Business, we came in and we bought K Solo. We was always self-contained. Then Business as Usual, we came in with Reggie Noble, as you know, as Redman. Then, you know, Business Never Personal, that's when we came with Dos Effects and the Hit Squad. So we're not coming back trying to be like the industry and cats dropping special guest albums. People are used to EPMD having a full metal jacket that you could just throw in.
And it's just you three.
To the end. And that's where me and E is right now.
So how's the new album called? With business in the title, of course.
Yeah, definitely business in the title. So we got to figure out what's going it around. You know, we'll see what's up.
So what's amazing as well is if you look into other crews, you have always the main MC. Like Tribe Called Quest, you have Q-Tip, and Five was a little and did his thing. But here we have both together and solo career. So what you doing to stay on the same level like Eric?
Well,
and
when you're
Soul?
independent, you can build your own vehicle, you know, and that's the difference. You know, me, PMD, I've always been on my own, taking care of the business, human management, stuff like that. So in a time where it's a recession, in a time where the majors, there's only 3 left, you can't be waiting around for a major, or if you really feel your artwork and your creativity, then you can't sign over your whole life, basically. And that's the deals that are being handed out now. If you want a record contract, you got to do the 360 deal, which means give away your publishing, give away your merchandise, basically signing life away. Whereas when you go to and only get like 80 cents a record, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's back there. Now, if you go independent, you can get anywhere from $2 to $10 a record. It's all according to how you negotiate your contract. So anytime I want to drop an album, I don't have to go see no one. I just look at myself and then get busy.
So the camera shaking was me, sorry.
Yeah, that's cool, that's hip-hop.
Yeah.
You know?
In live, right here, Little Mace in your face with
That's
PMD.
right.
What my people want to know is a little about your private, personal. So when you were a kid, what was it that you wanted to be? You wanted to be in construction, or you wanted to be into music already?
Wow, that's a great question. Music is my life. I've always been around music because I'm from a big musical family.
What did your
Seven
parents do?
of us. My father was basically a hustler from Brooklyn. My mother's from Brooklyn, but my older brother James was the one who kind of got me into music. He ran a group, Smitty D and the Rock Squad, and they were signed to Tommy Boy Records like right after Run DMC dropped, and I was DJ Easy P. You do your homework, and the name of the song that he dropped on Tommy Boy Records was called The Facts of Life. That didn't work out too good, but after rocking with him and seeing all the stuff that he went through, when it came my time, then Eric moved to my neighborhood right behind my mother. We went in the studio. From all the tapes my brother would give me from Bambaataa and the Zulu Nation and playing in the Bronx River and the T Connection, the biggest song would be 7 Minutes of Funk. So I took that song right there, went into the studio, put some choppers, and the stadium was packed, and then bang, made that happen. That's how you got EPMD.
So if we know the hip-hop scene, we have 5 elements. What makes sure for you that you're going to be MC? You said you made DJ before, but how about breaking or spraying? It was never your...
Well, breaking, definitely. Everybody, you know, everybody got to pop. If you can't pop, yo, you ain't real hip-hop, you know? But back there, when you wasn't down, when we didn't have a contract, when we was listening to Mr. Magic, when we was listening to the Red Alert Show, all you had is imagination. And like Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge. Yo, my imagination been having me chilling for 3 decades, where some people, schoolwork for them. But as a little 13-year-old listening to the Rap Attack, listening to all of that, I always felt like, dang, man, we can do this. And us being from the suburbs, we thought we had to work that much harder. And in return, turned into living legends, you know.
But it was a hard work to get where you at. So what?
Hard work, no sleep and no shorts, brainstorming with the skills that Pop Duke taught to keep swinging, not to quit. Now I ride the bench, you ride the tip with your punk friends, straight up Uzi from Punk City. That's why my attitude's messed up, real shitty from the backstabbers. Yeah, my so-called friends who swim in my pool when it's time flex the bends around town, windows down at the sound pound, a Cool J tape, K-Solo spellbound, fly girl is sipping, brothers tipping and gripping, old gold, red bull, hands on my tipping. I'm just cooling with my EK shades, truck jewels, obviously the man's paid like a sucker, yeah. You look the other way, that's when I know you're on my tip, kid. It's okay, it's normal. Relax, your whole head's busted. Caught in the rap skid, couldn't be trusted, cause my sounds pound from here to Okinawa, peace in the Maui.
That's nice. That's strictly business right here. So for the youngsters, what can you tell them when they want to get into the business? What's important things to look for to stay in and not be like a one-hit wonder?
I think to look to yourself. Because in this business, once you got something good, everybody comes out the woodwork, and before you know it, your product's all messed up, you're thrown to the side, it's next to the next dude. Whereas if you keep it like me and he did with the Hit Squad, you notice everybody was different. EPMD was different to Das. Das was different from Redman. Redman was different from K-Solo. So this way, if your music do catch or your business do catch, you have a name that you like, and you're running with a crew that you feel that you can get some work done. Not lazy cats. You need hustlers that's ready to grind it out and get the ultimate hustler truth.
And what you think, what makes you guys work with the old style, still being in the game and don't have to be dirty and don't have to be up-tempo like Black Eyed Peas, who started different too? What's the secret?
The secret is that people want you to stay the same. That's the secret. People don't want you to come out and drop a strictly business and love the album, It's My Thing. You're a customer, you got to chill because I'm housing, you know, Steve Martin, Jane, haircut like Anita Baker, and then you get these fans on board, and the next thing you know, you get in the hype, you do a couple tours, you get some money, yo, you get out of touch, and then now you come with some whackness. That hasn't been us. We come with the rapid fire, consecutiveness, unfinished business, you know, came after strictly business. Business as usual came after unfinished business, and then business never personal. The list goes on.
Right, but you still think that will.i.am did a good job, because with Black Eyed Peas they were known, but when he moved to the new era now,
Yeah.
they are really known
Yeah.
with the new thing. So.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely everybody's different. You know, will.i.am, he's like kind of like, you know, he's on a production tip and just himself. You know, but the key is to stay you, regardless of how big you get, regardless of how many records you sell. You still got to keep the original ingredients that made the people take to you in the first place. Because if not, they're going to go get a tape, say you whack, and then you fall off. That's the way it goes.
That's the way you go. 10 minutes straight talk with PMD. Little Mace in your face.
Little Mace in your face, boy. You got to chill. The headbanger, Rampage. So what you saying? The crossover is my thing. PMD, his squad.
Thank you very much.
Mad catalog.
It was a pleasure.
All right, chill.
And I want to know, are you ready for the next episode?